Welcome to Arts District. I'm your host, Carrie Saldo. As one of the world's most recognizable names in jewelry, Cartier continues to innovate. In 2015, it created its most complicated watch in the company's 115-year history. And an exhibit at the Denver Art Museum focused on the craftsmanship the company became known for in its first 75 years in business, and how that artful attention to detail helped Cartier become Cartier.
The gallery has been transformed into a wonderful and colorful jewelry box. This selection includes items which have probably never been shown to the public before Denver.
It's magic. I think brilliant is a step to look closer, look deeper at 20th century design, to see how art and design can shape our history.
This exhibition is about Cartier, a family firm that was founded in the 19th century and continues to today. The Cartier Brothers were named Louis, Pierre, and Jacques Cartier, and they were actually the third generation of their family to work in this firm. The firm was founded by their grandfather, it was continued by their father, and then the three brothers took over beginning at the very end of the 19th century. Each of the three Cartier brothers had some familiarity with design and some proficiency, but they were really not the designers per se. They were the ones who set the look for the company's product and then approved the designs that were created by specialized designers in Paris and in London and in New York. Our focus is on jewelry and decorative objects made between 1900 and 1975. The exhibition has been designed to evoke the different eras in the 20th century. And so in addition to showing you the development of the Cartier style and its progression through time, the exhibition also tries to take you through the history of the 20th century through the lens of Cartier's jewelry and objects. And so you really learn something about the many, many changes that took place in the course of the 20th century. Changes in culture and in finance and technology as well.
We want to look at how Cartier shaped some of the ideas of style, of glamour, and we want to look at craftsmanship. There's always this aspect of how is something made. It's so small, it's so meticulous, and it's so gorgeously done.
About 2/3 of the way through the exhibition, you're going to find our workshop area. This will give you a sense of the artistry, the artisanry behind the fabulous jewelry to help you get what it takes to translate a watercolor drawing into an actual work. The finesse that's involved in creating settings for each individually shaped stone. The risk of one wrong tap splitting a jewel.
The secret to Cartier's success is their ability to adapt and also their ability to look ahead. They were putting themselves in the forefront, and so they were always leaders as the styles changed. Interestingly, it was Cartier that influenced and helped to create Art Deco, and that happened well before the 1920s, which is the period that we all associate with the Art Deco style. After about 1905, they were already beginning a less ornamental, stripped-down style that was more emphasis on color, more emphasis on geometry. And so Art Deco was well underway at Cartier before the First World War. After the war, it all burst forth in what we think of as sort of the full-blown Art Deco style. The determining factor in a jeweler's success was their reputation for design and the influence of their clientele. And so in early days, Cartier very carefully cultivated some influential people, such as Edward VII of England and his wife Alexandra. By the middle of the 20th century, Cartier already had so much prestige that they didn't have to make great efforts to attract movie stars.
Behind jewelry or beyond jewelry, there was another dimension, which was a human dimension, a social dimension, an historical dimension. Every piece of jewelry has been conceived to show what you want to state about you, but also it's a mark of important moments in your life. And that's a link between humans and jewelry, and how jewelry at each time shows a kind of behavior, a kind of culture that was present at that time when the jewelry was created and worn. Art says a lot about a culture, a civilization, about people. It reflects the time of its creation, but it still keeps value for the following years and hopefully forever.
One of the things I would like people to take away from this exhibition is an awareness of the real breadth of Cartier's production in the 20th century. People may be aware that Cartier made beautiful women's jewelry. Maybe they don't realize the wonderful range of decorative arts objects.
This exhibition is about beauty, but also it's full of information. So at the end of the exhibition, not only you're pleased with what you saw, but also you're enriched with a lot of new information about what jewelry is about.